What's going on, everybody? I'm Scribgo Joe here with DeFi Sean and Mr. Pixels, and welcome to another Infinaeon Friday. Guys, new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe, hit the subscribe button, the like button, notification bell, slap that bad boy on all to be notified whenever we have our live streams. Obviously, we have Infinaeon Friday this Friday, as we do every Friday at 3 p.m. roughly standard time. So definitely make sure to tune in. If you're watching on Twitter or listening, make sure to go ahead and hit the follow button to the social medias to be notified whenever we do go live as well. Once again, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to save any and all questions to the end of the stream, and we'll be happy to answer them. And by the way, what's going on to our one guy on Twitter? You the man, brother. Hit that follow button, by the way.
There he is, Kryptonite, stocking it up. What's up, everyone? Glad to be back for another Infinaeon Friday. Another week just whizzed by there, but yeah, excited for it, guys. Excited.
What's going on, everyone? Always have to follow it up. I know Joe says it, but make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, repost button, or whatever platform you're on to go ahead and share it and get this out as far as possible. So, all right, guys. So we'll go ahead and maybe dive into, I guess you can say, the big news of the day. But before I do that, Joe, I see you have your very nice merch on. I definitely noticed that when you hopped on.
Slick.
Hold on. You mean my Infinaeon polo? Oh, look at that, boys. Look at that, boys. Go ahead. Go to store.infinion.com. Oh, the hat, too, you said, too? Oh, yeah, no, we got the Infinaeon hat, the Infinaeon polo.
Everything.
Make sure to head over to store.infinion.com. Grab yours today. Okay,
look at that. Show that off. I still haven't got around to ordering mine yet, but I'm definitely gonna get mine ordered.
Dude, me too. My mom actually got one of those hoodies too. She said it's really good. And man, those polos, I think Matt was right, man. They're a great fit. They look really well, man. Gotta say.
It feels super comfortable. Like really, I mean, super comfortable.
Yeah, get your golf game on, guys. Infinaeon out there on the golf course. A lot of the time, you know, people with golf, they're usually pretty well off if they're regular members of most clubs. So, you know, I've been rocking that Infinaeon out there. Get them on board.
But yeah, merch store is looking good. People are definitely ordering some merch. Infinaeon is just going to turn into a merch brand. Yeah, everything's looking really good. But yeah, I'm going to get mine. I'm not a big polo person. I'm usually just a regular tee person. But man, those polos are nice. Like I said, I do like me a good bomber jacket. Like everyone else, especially in Louisiana, it's like 100 degrees right now. So definitely don't need that. But for what we call winter in Louisiana, I'll definitely go ahead and get one of those for sure. Want to see?
Yeah. I gotta get my order in there too. How's your week been, boys? Been busy?
Busy. We're gonna be showing off here very shortly what we've been working on with that busy week.
Yeah, same on my end. Just flat to the mat coming into the next month, of course. We got July 4th coming up too, so I'll probably have to get some custom July 4th merch up there. But yeah, for me, it's been, I mean, pretty busy just planning for, you know, the launches coming up and stuff, and you know, the day-to-day in the background and stuff. But yeah, it's been good. Spent some family time. Was always nice to get some of that in, but you know, with what's coming up here, I think everybody's kind of like, all right, let's try and squeeze in as much family time now, because weeks from hell are coming here where we're going to have no time once the whole LunarPump thing kicks off. It's going to be pretty intense, I would imagine, in a good way, of course.
Yep, very good. Yep, very good way. And also, I didn't talk to you guys about it, but I'm going to be traveling on July 4th, which I think is Friday. I'm going to go up to my dad's house. He lives like 2.5 hours away, so won't be available that day, but maybe we can turn Infinaeon Friday into an Infinaeon Thursday next week. Because if I'm not mistaken, the 4th is Friday, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is.
I'm almost positive. So yeah, stay tuned for that announcement. There's a good chance that we'll go ahead and move it, because definitely never want to cancel it. So you know, we'll kind of maneuver it a little bit.
The force is a special day for the
holiday. Yeah,
I was saying the force is a special day for us here in America, but for the British, it's just Friday.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah. For America. Yep. We definitely want to go do that. So yeah, we'll probably move it to Thursday. Let me get with everyone, and of course, we'll make an official announcement, and we'll have Infinaeon a Thursday.
All right, we got the bit t-shirts popping. We got Joshua rocking his baby Dracos. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. We're gonna keep adding
Yeah.
more. I keep trying to get to it to add more. It's just, as people can imagine, it's not top priority right now to add. But we got a good few in. I know the next thing Matt was asking about was we want to add more hats, but he was definitely asking about getting some more colors in those polos. There, those sexy polos Joe's rocking. But
Yep.
yeah, trying to get to all those, and phone cases is another one that I'm trying to get done pretty quick, which is always a good one.
Yeah, I can't wait for the phone cases. I need to
Joe,
give it some
flexing
cruises.
hard down there. Hey, get that man on big screen.
The fit boys. You looking good over here. God, we're looking so good.
I agree, dude. It's looking good. It is looking really good.
Mm-mm-mm.
And when I do make my order, definitely getting this bad boy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Looks amazing.
I got
But
a
yeah,
few more
guys.
I need to add there.
Let's I guess let's stop making everyone wait. Kind of hop into what we've been working on. So last week,
Do
kinda
you
gave us
want
some-
to? Sorry, Sean. Just before you do that,
Yeah.
do you want to jump in? I think the other thing is ready right now. If you want to do that first.
Yeah. Let's not.
Up to
Yep.
you.
Let's go ahead and do it. I'll let you go ahead. You take over. And,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah,
Maybe,
before we hop into Lunar Pump Fun, we do have some other really cool news to drop that Mr. P and the crew's been working on.
Okay. Let me pull it up here real quick. Share screen. There we are. Okay. All right. So this has been Adam's been slogging at this really for the most part. This is a brand new NX post generator. And of course we're going to be adding other social medias to this now. But this is my first time using it too. He literally just deployed it this minute. And now obviously we had the AI, but AI has improved a lot more since. So we kind of pulled the one we had and we're just going to upgrade and kind of add slowly over time. We want a more improved model. So he's been training these. And let's give it a go here. So you can select the topic you want to talk about. Now I know he's upgrading all of these at the moment, and Adam, chime in down there in the comments too if I'm making a dog's dinner out of this. But it should be pretty straightforward. So we got Infinaeon blockchain, and then you can select the tone of your post as well. So you can go bullish, casual, serious. Let's go bullish. So let's generate the post here. And there it is, and it pops up 3 images also that you can use. Join the future with Infinion. Running on Ethereum's gas currency, it features a dynamic fee allocation system that makes the underlying asset continually appreciate. And they add some hashtags in there. Now, what you can do is you can reset this if you like, or else if you don't like that, you want to try something else, you can just hit the reroll, and it'll reroll you another one of those. So, and then obviously you can just select any one of these. Once you select it, I believe it'll kind of copy it. You can copy it or download it. So then you can, let's say you would copy the image for now, and then you want to share it to your X. This may pop up or may not. There you go. So yeah, so it pops up right there. Can you guys still see that or no? No. Okay. Well, basically it auto fills your X post right there, and then you can just paste the image in, or you can just download it and upload it again. So let's just give it another look here. This is going to be deployed pretty soon, I believe. Adam, you can let us know when we're looking at that being added into the website or wherever it's going. But then you can go Lunar Pump. Let's just mix it up for another example, a casual post about Lunar Pump. And then you can generate, discover sustainable tokenomics of Lunar Pump Fun by connecting to Solana's high-speed infrastructure while embracing Infiniion's value recycling principles. We're powering emerging projects. So there you go. Again, you can reroll. You can copy your image over there if you want to use an image, and then you just share it to X. Or else you can copy the whole text and then just go to X yourself and do it that way if that's what you prefer. And then you got all these other topics here. We'll be adding more, I would assume, over time. Infinion Wallet, staking, Infinion Bits, and Lunar Pump Social. So yeah, all of those are going to be coming in. Adam, awesome job on this, dude. It looks great. It's going to be a great little addition to make things easier, especially when we're, rolling out the like those Zeely quests and stuff that are coming up, and it's going to make things really, really easy. Just click, 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 click. Very little editing. Yeah, finalizing. Just got it up for a preview for everyone. Awesome. Yeah, great job on that. What do you guys think? Looks pretty slick, huh?
Yeah, it looks awesome. I see already people comment about no more hashtags. I'm sure Adam can configure it to take that out, but in the meantime, just delete it. So copy it, get it to your X, you'll have full control to customize it once it's copied to your X. So just delete it in the meantime if you don't want a hashtag. So that's not a big deal.
It's not live yet, so I think you'll be able to take that out. And I think the thing that was just posted by Elon specifically was to do with ads, no hashtags and ads. I think he specified that. But yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah, I think that was it. But yeah, I agree. I think AI kind of does what hashtags used to do now, so there's kind of no need for them, I believe.
Yep, and this allows everyone to really tweet, and again, it doesn't matter how big your X account is, even if you have 0 followers, 1 followers, it doesn't matter. Just the more and more content we can put out there, the better. And this kind of simplifies it. Doing tweets, because there's times where we have stuff going on that I'm tweeting multiple times a day, once a day about it, and it's hard to kind of have those like really good and unique ideas, and this kind of helps you come up with it without using hours of brain power just coming up with tweets. So it's just kind of simplifies it for everyone. It allows you to get in the game, get those tweets out without having to spend a significant part of your time, trying to come up with something to do. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and one suggestion too, just before we get Joe's take, maybe as well when we're talking about Infinion or LunarPump, it would have an @ for them within the post itself. So with @LunarPumpFun or @Infinaeon Blockchain somewhere in there. But yeah, that's the only thing I can see for now. But as far as the first MVP product, I think it looks great. I think it's a great addition. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, no, this is something that's going to be utilized by everybody. Just by using this, everyone could, even once a day, everyone in the entire Infinieon community using this, it would make massive waves on Twitter, on social media, all over the place. Just once a day by utilizing this, one time every single day, this is going to be a massive thing that I think that it's going to get in the eyes and ears of many people. Because the more people that know about Infinieon, the more people that join Infinieon, so on and so forth. There's just an expedited way of spreading that message, and I love it. I love it a lot. I like the way it looks, and excellent job.
Yeah, big shout out, Adam.
Yep, and then anyone that does make it, don't hesitate to drop me a DM with the link, or also maybe Adam, whoever. I guess me and Adam would probably be the best, and we'll get it on there and get it rating. So we do have a raid team that raids comments and stuff like that in main chat. So we'll do all that. So yeah, don't hesitate if you make a post to drop it to me or Adam or Mr. P. What is Adam the best person to drop it to?
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe there might be some easy way to automate that when somebody makes a fucking post, that it would automatically send it somewhere like where we could see it.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool. But let's look into it in it. But yeah, for now, yeah, definitely anything we can raid. We got the raid channel going on there. Just in the main Telegram /raider in there, and it'll pop up the raid channel. You can pop in there. We're populating that at the moment in preparation for the big rollout here. So hopefully we'll start getting that moving too, and this will make things a lot easier. We'll get this in there too, as probably as a trigger, a filter, and have it pinned to the top too, so that people have that quick, easy, direct access from within the raid channel to be able to do this, and boom, raid right away, and the community can kind of take control and make it super easy for people.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, guys, love it. Yeah, it looks good.
Yep. Shout out, Adam. Great job.
And yeah, we'll get. I'm sure we'll get some filters in Telegram set up. Try to get on the website. Need to get the PFP generator on the website as well if it's not on there yet. So
it is. Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, it's on there.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to get this added on there, and yeah, we'll go from there. But if that's it for that, we'll kind of move on to the big news. Kind of show off. Yep, everything that we have. Let's see. So. Let's see, we need to remove that. Then we'll put up this. All right, so last week we kind of gave you a sneak peek of LunarPumpFun on Sol, of course. This week it's actually a little functional. I'll kind of go into details about the status of it. Let's kind of take a look at a couple things. So there's very minor tweaks that need to be made. So of course we have to put our symbols right here for the EVM side. So you can easily click there and get where you need to go. So when you come down, if you notice, it looks a lot like the current LunarPumpFun, except obviously it's not populated. So when you come over, you hit learn how it works. And of course, it's going to break it down for you easily to show you exactly how you're going to operate. When you come right here, you have the LunarPumpFun Social, which we're up to about 317 subscribers. If you're not a part of that, hop on over. So again, everything's working real good with that.
And
we can download.
just to touch on that real quick, Sean, before you continue, that regarding the Lunar Pump Social, there's going to be like a big Zeely quest coming up pretty soon that we're working on. That's going to drive some traffic to that and drive traffic as well to the actual Lunar Pump account is kind of the next thing on the agenda here as far as that goes. So I just want to touch on that as you were on it, Sean.
Yep, 100%. And then, of course, we'll have King of the Galaxy, the token it's got the most activity, the highest market cap, I believe we have set up will be right here. Of course, all the other tokens will be populated right here. You can search for your token. You'll have your most recent. You can go by market cap. You can go by ICOs. And, of course, what everyone's requesting on the EVM side, we're going to have the bonded token. So every token that bonds, you'll be able to hit that and check it out. When you come over to launch, a couple of things. This is landing me on the ICO. Just something that needs to be tweaked, but it's going to land you right here when you hit launch. And just like the EVM side, you got your images. Chain is obviously Solana, your token name, your token symbols, your description. You're going to enter all your socials. You're going to go ahead and have your initial dev buy right here. We kind of break all the economics down. Remember, we have the 25K, 50K, 75K binding curves. It breaks down all the fees for you right here, just giving you the automated messages that, of course, you can't trade outside the platform until graduation. Now, that would be your typical launch. Now, if you wanted to go the ICO route, you would simply hit launch as an ICO. When that comes in, you have the public version, which you just set it all right here, and it's 100% public. Now, there will be like an indefinite one, so you will have the option, it just needs to be added, that you can choose to keep it as an ICO until you bond out. Have your description right here. You can go ahead and enter your max purchases so you can keep everything completely customizable, or you can enter just 0. That'll be no limit so people can contribute as much as they want. Whitelist, which is the really cool part where you really can start, controlling it for your community. You have your standard amount. You go ahead and enter everything you need right here, standard purchase amount. All right, here, go ahead and add all your wallets. You can do custom, so where you can enter the wallet and then the amount they want to contribute. And of course, there's going to be an indefinite option. So yeah, this is what the actual platform is going to look like. It's super simple. It's easily digestible, so no one's going to have any hard time. Of course, there's going to be some YouTube content. I'm definitely going to make some videos on it. And as far as testing goes, so the platform's ready. We have been working with Phantom in the background because if you don't get verified by the Phantom wallet, it'll show that message like, malicious site. So our developer was working with their auditor. They had some couple changes that you need to make. We're expecting those changes for the contract to be done by tonight. So we should actually be able to actually start testing because this is obviously on testnet. So we'll start testing, launching tokens. If we start tonight, we probably plan on testing all next week. Again, we need us to be like the EVM side. We need it to be perfect. We need no major hiccups. So with that being said, it would probably be not next week, but the next week that would go ahead and launch. Unless, like I was telling Mr. Pixels, and then if testing goes perfect, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, who knows, maybe by Friday. But it's not something we want to rush at this point. It's something that we've taken our time on. We spent a lot of time on. We're right at the finish line. So, we don't want to rush and have any kind of major hiccups. And then, once we get that going, we'll go from there. But it's right there, guys. It's here. It's working. Getting the final tweaks to the contract so that we can get verified through Phantom. Because obviously we cannot launch until that Phantom is verified. We can't launch and then people connect their Phantom wallet and it's saying it's a malicious site. We definitely can't have that. So that would be the only other holdup, but I'm pretty certain while we're testing, we'll be able to get that taken care of with the changes that they're made from the audit and different things like that. So yeah, guys, that's the platform. It's almost here. I mean, we are right there. And, this is where the fun starts. We've been waiting for Solana. We want to be on that platform with the 30, 40, 50 million transactions per day. We're trying to line up different partnerships. We're looking to bring in different people. I know we have where is it? Somewhere in the beginning. Chuck, what are you launching? Only a matter of time, maybe a week, 2 weeks away before we have some dildo baggings going on Lunar Pump Solana. So can't wait for that. Amongst some other ones, people have already reached out to me that they have some different ideas. One of them in particular is a really good idea that someone reached out to me about. And of course, we'll be lightly pushing projects that we're comfortable with and different things like that. We are the owners of the platform, but at the same time, we have to be careful when we do push something, we have to make sure it's 100% on the up and up and all that fun stuff. But yeah, this platform is going to allow people to do what they can't do on pump.fun. This platform is going to be designed, You can, this is crypto. It's tracked on the blockchain. You're never going to see us, regardless of how much money we make. You're never going to see us liquidating all of it. All the Solana like Pump Fund does, it's getting right off the bat, 50% of it's getting pumped right back into the Solana token on Infinion. And, going from there, we're going to have, whether it be development, whether it be an additional allocation, which we will do, hopping on over probably to the EVM side, buying the charts there. And of course, the bits get their 5%. So yeah, this is, again, designed to be the exact opposite of Pump Fund. And people using a platform, you use that volume, you will just literally have Infinion sent to your wallet strictly for using the platform, which is awesome.
Quick question there about how much to launch on Solana.
And what capacity are we talking about? How much of?
I guess maybe they might be talking about, like, if you were to go and just want to launch a project on our Solana side, what, like, expenses would you incur?
Yeah, super cheap. So yeah, basically just gas fees and stuff. It's super cheap to launch. Anyone can launch, yeah. And just to be clear, because we always have to be clear on timelines. So 1 to 2 weeks is going to be dependent on a couple things. Testing. Obviously, if there's any hiccups that have to be fixed, or especially if they're major, that could push it back. And then also we need the phantom verification. Again, we're working with them in the background, so that shouldn't be an issue. So those two things are contingent on it being 1 to 2 weeks. Just to kind of clarify, we always like to be clear. We always like to set expectations, and we want everyone to know exactly where we stand and where we're at.
I have to say, man, it's looking very, very spiffy. Really bullish. I just looking at those options there and just like seeing it actually there live in motion. I mean, shit, it's awesome. And then when you think about, obviously, where the cha-ching stuff is going to fit in, the staking stuff, once that comes around, it's going to be a very tight setup. So I'm I'm super bullish about it. I just can't wait to get it going, dude, because I know everybody in the community is like, yeah, we all realize this is really the catalyst for everything to kind of really, really ramp up. So, in the meantime, like, if you do know devs out there, or, whatever circles you're running in, man, send DMs, send whatever, say, hey, this is something I'm really passionate about, I'm bullish about it. Let your friends know. If you have like people that launch meme tokens or whatever, say, hey, this is like Solana's going live here pretty soon. Get in, check it out, get familiar with it. Watch today's show too. Maybe we can get that kind of show, or that clipped off, Sean, where you're kind of just going through it, and we can post that out there too, so you can share that around, which is always a good one to share with other potential devs or users or traders or whatever you want, just to get the word out there, get people to see what it actually looks like in motion. And like Sean said, development is just about to kick off. So, but yeah, it's looking pretty spiffy. I gotta say, I'm very bullish now, because this is my first time. Sean just gave us a quick run over this just before we went live. So yeah, excited to like get to testing this thing as soon as possible, and move it along, get whatever bugs or whatever pop up out of the way, and get to launching this bad boy. Are you liking it, Joe? It's looking good, brother. Huh?
Yeah, no, it looks really, really nice. And this is the thing that, like, we talked about before, about saying what we're going to do, showing you guys the whole process along the way, and then releasing it. And this is another set of us doing exactly that, saying, this is what we're looking to do, this is what we're working on, and here's the timeline in which we're going to be able to launch this for everybody. This is going to be huge. I mean, look at Solana right now and what's going on with Pump.Fun. There is a void that needs to be filled in there. And we think that this is going to be that void. And not only is it going to fill it, but we're working on something that's just a better version, a way for people to have an ICO option. It's absolutely massive for a lot of tokens out there. No longer do they have to just launch a token and fight the bots. Now you have a way to easily fight the bots before they even get a chance to get in. Not to mention the fact that LunarPump.Fun itself as a platform has availability to BNB, to Base, and of course to Infinion. So I'm all about this. Like, this is excellent, because it just shows the community yet again, us saying what we're gonna do and following through with it. And this is the foundation of what Infinion is about.
Yep. And then obviously, like we said, one's EVM, one's Solana. So they are two different platforms technically. So this is the EVM side. If you haven't picked up some hot, it's a good token that's going to be launching. If you're interested in getting into early Infinion tokens, definitely go hit that up. But yeah, whenever you come over and see, again, it's very similar. So when you're here and you click the icon, you'll go here. Now, what we are doing, which I think I kind of mentioned it on the last Infinaeon Friday. So since Solana is expected to be the bigger platform, that is going to get the LunarPump.Fun. And then I believe this is going to be EVM.LunarPump.Fun. So when you land on here, it's going to be LunarPump.Fun. You're going to have all your symbols right here. So you'll never actually have to type in EVM.LunarPump.Fun. You'll just hit the icon and it'll redirect you. People won't even realize they're not on the same domain. But we just figured we didn't want to go like sold.LunarPump.Fun. It's kind of a mouthful. It's kind of a lot to type. It's going to be the bigger platform. So we gave LunarPump.Fun actual domain to the Solana side. So just so there's no confusion and everyone kind of knows what's going on. With that, and yeah, guys, like I said, we're going to get to testing. We'll get this bad boy out. And that's when the fun really begins. You know, this is something that we've been waiting on for a while. We were hoping LunarPump.Fun, the original EVM version, was going to kind of be what really kicks off. Obviously, the transaction and the volume just unfortunately are not there on the EVM side. So making this the base product, no pun intended, is just not going to work. The Solana side needs to be the base of the project.
Yeah, that makes total sense, really. Like having the default of LunarPump.Fun being Solana, and then you just swap above. It's going to be totally seamless. You're not even, like you said, you're not even going to know you're switching to like a whole different like platform for it. But it just goes to show, man, like the amount of work that's going on behind the scenes. That's basically two separate token launcher platforms built when it's like one, right? So it's
not basically. It is two separate token platforms built.
Right, yeah. Exactly. And that just touches on Joe's point. It's like product, whatever needs to be done. The team is going to build it. They're going to show you all along the way, and they're going to deliver it. And like, yeah, you're seeing it right now in real time, like right exactly where it's at, how it's going to work, and how close we are to testing. Quick one there. This is Joe's bread and butter. Hey guys, when will videoing be available on Lunar? And I'll just add to that question and say, will it be on Solana side first? And then EVM, or both at the same time, or how would that work? So whoever
remember, two different teams. It'll probably be on the Solana side first. So as soon as this goes live, as soon as it's done, as soon as everything is working perfectly, we're going to move on. I think we've kind of established video will probably be one of the next things. We're going to get with the developer and see, is it easier just to let them knock it off? Do we make a little wish list? Maybe we add 2 or 3 different features, whatever kind of is faster and easier for them. But yeah, let us know. What do you want? Do you want videos first? What's the next big thing that you want to see on the platform? What are some other ideas? I'm kind of drawing some blanks. We're going to have staking. That'll be a little bit more drawn out. We have videos.
Cha-ching relatively quick.
Yeah, that'll be with version 2. Cha-ching. So that'll be here day 1. Every time you hear cha-ching, that means Infinion is hitting your wallet if you're using this platform. So really
Infinion Sol, right? That's what
Infinion Sol.
Awesome.
Yep. And of course, bridge it over to Infinion or to ETH after. Hold it on Solana, completely up to you. But again, just a bonus of using the platform. And the more volume you create, the more you get.
Yep. Are we going to have like a referral set up? I know we kind of talked about it. Imagine there probably will.
Yes.
And would that garner you more like of anything, or like obviously there might be extra rewards for that, right? And I know Zealy are going to be probably slotting in somewhere along here too eventually, where it's the referral system through that is going to be a thing too. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Sean?
Yep. So V2 is expected to have the referral system. So that will be built in. And of course, the way the referral system works, the more people you refer, the more Infinion Solana you're going to get, because that is going to be the reward token of the platform.
And that's the beauty too, right? Because, it's going to benefit you. Like if you were over here and you're taking advantage of all these new options, the ICO feature, or even just you're using the regular pump fund style launch, whichever you decide. But the more people that you can bring over to use it, the more you learn as well, even just from all their work on the platform. It kind of balances out with Infinion itself, the Infinion blockchain, and they both complement each other, but each also have their own self revenue generator for people that just, you know, interact on the platform itself. So, and then I love the way that spills back over onto Infinion. Even if you're not specifically launching your token on the Infinion chain, it's still benefiting from all the stuff that's going on LunarPump, as well as the community themselves and the developers within LunarPump benefiting from the same thing, through be it the staking, the cha-ching, the whatever it is, and all the other incentives like the kickbacks when you bond, you know, all that other stuff that's going to be aggressively pushed out here once Solana is live, and all those incentives to draw people in. So yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome.
And like with everything we build, I mean, the biggest and most exciting part about gaining adoption, having volume on the platform, again, is seeing what a platform looks like when the users and the developers and everyone of the actual product actually get benefits from it. And when I say developers, I'm not referring to us. I'm referring to developers that are launching their tokens and stuff on the platform, and what it actually looks like when you're propping up an ecosystem rather than just draining the liquidity like 99% of people do out there. So yeah, cannot wait for this to go. Let's see, we have some questions.
Yeah, did you guys cover the Infinion duplicate on Phantom?
No, so I think Matt had told me that. So yeah. Did we do anything in Telegram about adding, make sure we have the contract address right for the Solana token in Telegram?
Yes, yeah, I think that's all added, yeah, to the native.
Yep. So just be cautious. Obviously, like with anything, the bigger we get, the more scammers we're gonna have. Like I said, even on our social media site, I'm starting to see people soliciting and scamming and different things like that. The bigger we get, of course, it's a part of crypto, unfortunately. So the bigger we get, the more we're gonna see that. Just be cautious. If you're ever in doubt, hop on over to the Telegram. Use the filters to determine exactly the contract address, so you make sure you're buying the right Infinion and different things like that. And up above, I think I saw real quick, want to back up. So a question about the iOS wallet. So we are down to 2 questions that we have to satisfy. I'm assuming that's it, but whenever I set up the organizational account, I thought the same thing. But yeah, we got 2 questions a couple of days ago. We're getting the information that they need for those final 2 questions, because when you're dealing with Web3, you got to satisfy like money laundering situations, where you can operate, where you can't. There's so much going into it when you're dealing with a Web3 product. But we went from like a list of like 15 questions down to like 2. So we are getting there. And again, you'll probably know like 24 hours. We'll get a notification, and then within 24 hours or less, they'll have it set live to go on the App Store. So we'll be good to go.
Man,
so again,
what a slog that is, dude, dealing with Apple, bro. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's, again, Apple's legit. They don't let anything slide on their platform. So
yeah, I guess that's a good thing. And this is our boy, our tennis superstar from Telegram, right? I would imagine.
I believe so.
All right, brother. Shout out, looking good there. I hope that's is that a new picture, or is that an old picture? Than your early days. Oh, and Adam has just sent me something there that at the moment he is working on the back end on a massive X campaign for LunarPump Sol launch. We got a shit ton of money in credits there. So that is going to be like a massive push, because the thing with the just to give people a little bit of insight into how those X ads actually work, you can literally go and you can target a specific, let's say, influencer, and it'll make a clone basically of, like, it'll target all their specific followers as well. So you can like get it down to the really fine details, so that like every ad spin that you do is maximizing your ROI to that degree, especially on X. So that's kind of how it works. You can just pick some like guys that have good organic followings, and it doesn't always have to be the biggest guy, because a lot of the time, as you guys know, a lot of smoke and mirrors out here. A lot of them are heavily botted, and so like it's just as good to kind of hone in on more of the small organic people as it is to get on the big guys, because a lot of that shit is not even real. So it's once you have a good fine-tuned list, you can actually really maximize your ROI when it comes to the X ads over there. So that's going to be a big, massive rollout. And like Adam was saying there, we got a shit ton of credits already built up on that. So all is ready. The powder keg is ready to go here once we kind of get over this this testing phase and all that.
Yep. With having that gold check mark, you get about $1,000 of ad credits. So when this goes live, we'll have about $3,000 worth of ad credits that we've purposely been banking to specifically push this. Again, we do plan on going in the near future. We are going to be transitioning probably from Growthy back to CoinPresso. We want to have Web3 ads going for this. So instead of being on Facebook and Instagram, you're now going to see it on your DEX tools, your DEX screeners, all of your Web3 crypto sites. So that's important. And if everything's going well, it's creating revenue, you probably will see it on Web2. This is going to be something that we want to push. And again, remember, guys, we don't have an unlimited budget, so we're kind of having to transition. We did bring in Growthy, which we'll talk about that. We have about 6 or 7 more weeks. We're going to run some more campaigns with them. They've been a great partner, helping our socials grow. And now we're kind of going to be at the point where we're probably going to be going back to Liam and CoinPresso, which was always part of the plan, to really start pushing it, because we want LunarPumpFun being seen on DEX tools and DEX screeners when everyone's hanging out on the charts. And again, we don't have money for everyone and everything at the same time. So yeah, we'll kind of be transitioning to that here in the near future.
Yeah, and it's good to be kind of, mindful of that as well, and knowing, because a lot of the times you can dump money into things like we've talked about, like that you don't get, your ROI is minimal. But, a lot of the time communities, and hey, I'm even guilty of this too, when you kind of get into this stuff, you're like, you think that these are good avenues to spend money on, but a lot of the time they're kind of only pacifiers for the community, and they mightn't generate you a lot of like interest, revenue, or buzz or whatever, Usually a lot of the time it's kind of short-lived. So like, I think it's good that like being very specific and utilizing, the purse strings and like I said, being particular about that is very important, especially when you got such a large organic, movement like this, which is pretty much what this is like, that's been going on for, a couple of years now. So it's really coming to a head. And I think, using that, like Adam said, 3K credits of ad real estate on X is a good run. So like once it launches, we're going to have, of course, I'm going to be looking at trying to create like specifically viral content. I'll be trying to tailor it as much as possible to see if we can get that virality push, but and ramping up everything else on that end too. So it's going to be a crazy hectic couple of weeks coming up here once this kind of gets going, but yeah, I'm pumped for it. And just as well, for the black sheep trader out there, this is in relation to the Infinaeon duplicate on Phantom. And shout out to you guys as well for holding it down over on Facebook and just letting everybody know about what's going on. Really do appreciate you guys going out there and keeping, the communities abreast, because, it gets so hectic here. You get so much going on. It's hard to monitor everything. So like having the community step up like that and take the lead and have that initiative is awesome. And again, that's why we want to build products like, just simple things like easy post generators, making it easy for you guys to be able to do this too, because yeah, we get it. Like we know how hard it is to kind of start from grassroots and build up followings, build up this. It's a long time. It's a lot of consistent, day-to-day efforts, a lot of sacrifice away from your family, away from, whatever like hobbies you have, whatever pleasures you have, right? So it's a long grind. So when the community steps up like that, it really does like mean a lot. And it's having that initiative is super important within the community. So I appreciate you guys stepping up over there. And of course, shout out to everybody that's watching on all the platforms, Twitch, YouTube, X, across multiple socials. Shout out to all you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I'm looking through the chat. So I want to, again, I don't go into details about the chart. I don't like to harp on that. So I know A was talking about the chart going down a little bit. So we're kind of consolidated. We're between that like 0.0025, 0.0035. We've kind of been staying in there. Unfortunately, in crypto, if you follow along with different charts, you need significant buy pressures to push through it. For instance, like I'm looking at right now, Solana is at 0.0031. It looks like ETH is at 0.0026. So you're going to have people that are going to be buying and selling, arbitraging between different pools. Of course, you have people taking advantage, draining liquidity, like, a couple dollars at a time, going from this pool to that pool. And until we kind of hit significant volume, I'm talking, 100,000 plus a day, it's really hard to kind of really outweigh that pressure. Unfortunately, it's just kind of a part of crypto. It's not like, your normal stock chart. It's just kind of part of the game. So, until we really start hitting that mass adoption and start getting that really serious volume, it is kind of hard to push out of that thing. But being consolidated is not a bad thing at all. A lot of your biggest tokens, Solana, Mantle, all of them, they consolidated for some of them a couple years at a time before absolutely exploding. So consolidation is not a bad thing at all. So again, I don't spend tons of time harping on the chart, but if you look at it, it is very consolidated. I want to say we've been 0.0025 to 0.0035 for like a month now. Like it's consolidated like crazy, which is always a good thing. So yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes.
And I think Mr. Whitman in the chat too was saying that, it's since the Solana launch, it was kind of pretty much on the floor at that point in and around. So it's kind of a good gauge to see, obviously, the pre-sale and that kind of thing. It is what it is. That's how pre-sales go. You never know. Like there's a lot of volatility, even on a geopolitical level and all that on a global level. So like you're trying to factor all that's kind of stuff in. But I think, he makes a good point right around that time. That's kind of where it was solidified. And the pre-sale was a massive success because it's been what was used to be able to get us to this point, to get us to the point where you're looking at what you see on screen right now, to build these products out and keep everything going and keep the marketing going. So, after every pre-sale, chart's going to dump. There's no doubt about it. Where it goes is unsure. But then you're looking at the floor. You're looking at the staking. I mean, where are we at with the staking? Like about 40% of the supply now, pretty close to that, right? Of the circulating. Yeah. So like that's a strong base down there. And there's community members in there all the time that are DCAing staking. And, it's just a testament. And like this, like I said, all the products that have been built up to this point, that pre-sale was a huge factor in being able to get all of this in place right now. So shout out to the convicted for sure, because the fact that it kind of came to this point now, I'm happy that all of those people with the strong conviction are able to get in now and fill their bags up and get ready for this massive push once this drops.
Yep. And again, being the founder, I got to kind of watch what I say about the chart. Again, couple big buys just hit, already popped it back into the threes. So yeah, just again, never get discouraged by the chart. And if you notice the consolidation, especially in crypto, it's consolidating because everyone that wasn't interested, was just trying to take advantage of the pre-sale, was mad that it didn't 100x day one, they're gone and they're out. So it's consolidated because everyone that's here is holding, and then everything else is just arbitrage, people taking, little tiny wins here and there. But that's why it's consolidated and not going down. And in this process, while we're building, while we're getting to adoption, the floor is being built by us. So whether it's us buying, you guys buying, the people that actually want to hold for gold are buying up the floor, and that's going to keep us steady. And when the time comes, that revenue starts rolling in, the name Infinaeon starts getting there more and more, and we actually start going up again, you won't have the people that were here on launch day taking advantage of those bonuses. You'll have the people like us holding the floor, ready for it to prime and take off. So we're kind of in that much needed phase of since launch of just getting everyone out that wants to be out, and then letting everyone that wants to be in buy and be in. So it's just again, why it's consolidated and not going down. And again, of course, there will be some buying going up. You'll see Sol go up or Bitmart go up, and then you'll see the other one go down. Again, it's just people arbitraging, people taking advantage of the arbitrage opportunities. But it's kind of what's needed. It's kind of what keeps the price level. And a lot of people were worried about the prices being out of balance. They never will be. Someone will be there to arbitrage at all times. It's just part of the game.
Get your asses into Telegram right now and boost that shit. Boost it.
Yep. And again, there's no bots to arbitrage. So a lot of projects they'll have arbitrage bots. Well, with us, at least to my knowledge, there's no bot set up to go from Solana to Infinion to ETH. And so everything's being done manually, and it's still getting done. Because there's opportunity. When people can have the opportunity to make 10, 20 bucks, they will take that opportunity.
All right. These are opportunities everyone in crypto should look for. Yeah, I agree. And it's all about, people always talk about getting in early, like we said, but as you know, that takes a lot of conviction. It takes a lot of patience, takes time. It takes, keeping your finger on the pulse, right? I mean, you know all about it, Joe. Like holding having that conviction. I mean, your own personal experience. I mean, you've been through a lot in this space, especially with all the safe moon stuff. But you know what it takes,
Yeah, and it's just holding the floor as things are being built. And as we were just talking about, we're seeing things being built, the floor being held. I mean, it's a perfect formula. You can take that and apply it to anywhere in crypto. A lot of people would say they're going to do something as the floor is being held. We're showing you, and we have shown you, and we'll continue to show you the things being built by us. That is to uplift the floor, and it takes one meta event. That's it. Like Sean said, if we did 1% of Pump.Fun, we're off to the races. Just 1%. And for those that held the floor during a time as we get to these and we anticipate this main huge meta event, it's going to be absolutely monumental for those that stood by and held the ground, stood by and said, no, I'm holding it down because the second that event comes through, it just goes crazy. And of course, people ask, oh man, you got lucky in crypto. They don't see you right now. They don't look at you right now. No. Think about it. How many times, if you guys have ever made money in crypto and everyone goes, oh, I can't get lucky like you, I guess. But they don't see you right here. They don't. And this is the times that make people in DeFi and crypto, extremely on point as far as holding the ground as something's coming through. Because you're with us, you're probably looking at other cryptos, and you're saying to yourself, what's gonna be that catalyst? What are they doing? They're just saying hold, and hopefully it comes through some cryptos. Where us, we're showing you every step of the way. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we can be. And like I said, we're not guaranteeing any results whatsoever. We can't. But what we are saying is, and like Sean said, makes a great point. If we can do just 1% of Pump.Fun, I mean, for those that held the ground, you were the first to reap the rewards.
Yep, exactly. And you can ask my wife, I don't believe in luck. Luck doesn't exist in my opinion. You make your own luck. For instance, my first business was wildly successful, sold it for a lot of money about 10 years after I had it. And everyone thought, it was just an overnight success. I think I've even talked about this before. It took me 5 years of working like 70 hours a week to get that business where I wanted it to be. And I was anything but an overnight success. But, everyone just kind of sees that and thinks that you're so lucky. I was only lucky because I put myself in position to be lucky. And that's kind of like my take on luck, kind of what Joe's saying too. And when it comes like this, again, could you quote unquote get lucky and just roll into something? I mean, of course things happen, but in order to get people or to get lucky, you have to position yourself. People that are unlucky, they usually position themselves to not be lucky. So, it's just all about how you position yourself in crypto and in life. That will determine how quote unquote lucky you are.
Well, what they say, luck really is when preparation meets opportunity. Right?
Exactly. Yep, it's, of course, things have to fall your way, but typically when they fall your way, like you said, your preparation led it to fall your way. So, same thing. And I'm not even just talking about crypto. I'm just talking about life in general. So, I never wait to get quote unquote lucky. I set myself up for good things to happen.
Yeah, and maintaining a very positive outlook too is very important, guys. I know it gets overrated a lot, and a lot of the time, with everything that's going on in the world, it's hard to stay focused on one individual thing or even have conviction in things because there's just so much popping up all the time, especially if you're, trying to keep abreast of everything that's going on in the world so that you can kind of try to position yourself, right? That's just logical and smart. But it's very easy to get bogged down in that and just kind of lose direction sometimes. So it's always, sometimes it's good to have the blinkers on. Let's put it that way. So that's kind of the way I look at it too a lot, is when you got just a lot going on, because most of it is out of your control anyway. The only thing you can kind of actually dictate in your own life is where you direct your own energy and what kind of energy you are directing, because it is true, what you put out, you do bring back in. And when you when you do work hard, and you try to prepare as best you can, opportunities will present themselves. Like they just will. I like it. Experience. Sean just talked about it. I've experienced it. I'm sure Joe, I'm sure many people in the audience have experienced it too, many times. And the more positive like you radiate, the more positive energy will come back to you. Like it's a fact. If you're negative shit comes back. So like just trying to maintain that in a volatile market ain't easy. In the way the geopolitical landscape is now ain't easy. So it's a kind of it's a mind fuck, right? It's a trick of the mind to try and do it. But that's why, again, I'm saying is, providing the accessibility that we're trying to provide here and the level of transparency will hopefully make that a lot easier for people to be like, yeah, I'm comfortable with my investment here. I can see that there's constant development happening. I can see these guys are showing up on the daily, on the weekly, 24/7. And as Sean said, 5+ years to build that business. Joe's building stuff. We've been building stuff. Everybody that's kind of involved has always had that hardcore entrepreneurial spirit. And I know that a lot of people, even in our own group, a lot of our mods, a lot of people that are kind of invested in the token itself and in Infinion, they're all very entrepreneurial minded. So, and that's kind of a thing that's almost innate to crypto because it is a frontier, right? It's a new decentralized financial frontier. So, there is that essence of entrepreneurship that drives you even into this landscape in the first place because you want to be on the cutting edge of that. So, that's again why I think we always want to kind of keep that consistency because that's what generates the confidence, not just in us, like inside on an internal level as the team, but for the community, for people watching right now. It's super important to provide the accessibility and the transparency, I feel. So, that's why we do it. And, keep the positive vibes going. Let's keep pushing this thing. Everything is there for us. Like we've said last week, all the products are there. It's all built. Just waiting for this little powder keg to spark off.
Yep. And, like I guess the last thing about luck too is even someone winning the actual lottery. Oh, that person's so lucky. Guess what that person did to actually win the lottery though? They bought a lottery ticket. Can never win the lottery if you didn't buy the ticket. They didn't just go home and there's just a lottery ticket sitting on that counter and they got lucky and won the lottery. So again, it's all about positioning yourself. And, I've had a multitude of businesses in real life. Some have been highly successful. My wife would be the first one to tell you I've had multiple businesses fail, dropping a lot of money on it. It happens.
Yep.
Yeah, but Infinion is one of those businesses, like with Crypto on Calls, which is pretty wildly successful, something that I spent years building, getting up before the kids woke up, making videos, staying up after the kids went to bed all night, making videos, building the Crypto on Calls brand, something that led me to be successful with it. When Infinion's the next thing that, again, been working on it forever now, and I will not sleep. This will be one of my successful ventures. I have no doubt. And that is the ultimate goal. And LunarPumpFun Solana is going to be, what you're looking at on the screen, is going to hopefully be the start of getting this where we all want it to go.
Absolutely, guys. Well, if that's everyone's questions, the next live stream is going to be Moon Monday. Check us out Moon Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adam says LunarPumpFun Radio will bring alpha to our community in a big way.
Yep. One thing I want to say about that, Papa Songs, if you're watching, huge shout out to him. LunarPump Radio will bring big time people. For those that don't know Papa Stonks, he has a lot of connections in the space. He's a huge asset. He's 100% behind us. Infinion, Lunar Pump. He's hosting Lunar Pump Radio every week. We're basically, of course, by the name, sponsoring it. We're getting huge communities in there every single week, and we'll continue to do so that people get, again, attention brought to Lunar Pump.
Absolutely. Shout out to you, Papa Stonks.
Shout out. Let's keep it going. Yeah, and I was guest hosting there yesterday. I was having some horrific audio issues at the start. So I need to address that. I got to do some testing here during the week to get that audio done, because we actually made an intro little jingle for it, and we made a little advert. So, but the audio was so bad I couldn't really play either of them. So I just got to leave that off. So I got to test it. But yeah, for next week's Lunar Pump, yeah, should be pretty sweet. Excited for it.
Awesome. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for the questions, Joe. If you're ready to take us out.
All righty, boys. This Monday we'll be doing Moon Monday, and next Friday will be Infinaeon Friday. Moon Monday's at 5 p.m. Infinaeon Friday is at 3 p.m. Make sure to go ahead and tune in. I'm Scribgo Joe, Mr. Pixels, DeFi Sean. We'll see you guys on the moon.